I've gathered up the mobile lights that I own, and I thought I would just go through the features quickly and then do a shootout to show their brightness in comparison to each other. I know the big snap-on light is kind of in a different league than the other ones, but I thought it would be a good reference to show how much light these little lights throw versus a full-size drop light. Let's start with the Milwaukee. This is the Milwaukee M12 LED stick light. Uses M12 batteries, is Milwaukee, is a stick. Has this loop on the top for hanging it. The loop releases to make a hook so you can hang it. And it slides down the body and locks in so you can aim the light down, hang it from a hood and aim down into the engine bay. Uses 3 pretty big LEDs. Wow. That's about it. Has the fuel gauge on the side, so when you turn it on, you can see how much power it's got. Pretty standard on M12 tools. This is the Milwaukee piece of crap non-LED light. Features a magnet on the back, articulating head with nice quack quack ratcheting action, and it features an incandescent bulb. Wah. This guy will do 80 lumens. This guy will do 220 lumens. But I am going to do a kind of a shootout with the lights off, and we'll see which of all these lights is actually the brightest. But that's the Milwaukee's. Now let's look at the inspection pen lights. This is the CAT CT1000. It's made by Easy Red, not Caterpillar, but it's still pretty awesome. Uses chip-on-board technology, which this entire panel is an LED to light up, really bright. Runs on 3 AAA batteries, has a belt loop / pocket clip, has a magnet in the butt. The magnet that's in the butt is actually pretty strong, and I found that it'll allow this thing to stand in just about any orientation. Claims to do 150 lumens, and we'll see when I put them all to the test against each other, but it is really, really bright. A very useful light, and they're cheap. They're so cheap, I have them all over the place. In my box, I keep one in my pocket, one in the car. I give them to everybody I meet. Well, not everybody I meet, but I give them to a lot of people because they're so handy and they're so cheap. Now, this is the Astro 63071. It's a LED inspection light, but it's not a chip on board. In addition to the LEDs on the top, it has a UV LED on the bottom, which is very infuriating, and I will explain why. Has a magnet, not on the butt, but on the back. This placement is a little iffy. It can be more useful in some cases, but I've found a lot of times that you can't really get it aimed where you want it to go. And it also has a clip on the back, just like the CAT. Last, but certainly not least, the Snap-on. It's a Snap-on licensed product. I don't know who makes it, but it's certainly not Snap-on. Bought it at Costco. It claims to do 2,000 lumens. It's for dry locations only, so it's not for use really outside in the rain, but in a driveway working on something at night, just fine. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. It's your basic drop light. It turns on. It has a cord. Actually, one nice thing about it is it does have an on-off switch. My last drop light did not have an on-off switch, so it just turned on when you plugged it in. It's a really minor thing, but it is kind of a nice feature on a drop light. All right, here's the moment you've been waiting for, and if you haven't been waiting for this moment, why are you watching this video? I'm going to shut off all the lights, and I'm going to turn them on one by one, and we're going to just see which one's the brightest. I got the camera in a mode where the settings are constant. It's not going to change exposure or anything like that. So you'll be able to just see with your eyes which is brightest. And, of course, the big Snap-on drop light's going to be brightest, but that's fine. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn each light on one by one, and you will see which is brightest. And I'm whispering because it's dark. First, the CAT cob light. Prio. Damn. And the Astro Pneumatic. Prio. This is a good time to show you the most annoying part about the Astro Pneumatic light, the UV light on the bottom. When you click the button once while it's on, instead of turning off, it turns on the UV inspection light. Which means you put it away in your box, forgetting the UV inspection light is on because you were trying to turn it off, and you come to use it and the batteries are dead. A second click turns that off. Next, the M12 LED stick light. Prio. Very yellow and very beamy. Columnar. And the M12 incandescent light. Wow. Very, very yellow. And finally, the sun / snap-on drop light. Ooh. Obviously, that's the brightest of all of them, but it gives you an idea. Here's with the stick. Here's with the crap. Here's with the Astro. And with the cat cob. Now you've seen how bright those lights are, heard my spiel about them, which ones to buy. Buy that cat light. That cat light is awesome. Like I said, I buy them for everybody. It's so cheap, it's so bright. Buy them and just spread them all over your house. Don't buy that Astro Pneumatic light unless you really need a UV inspection light. But there's probably better ones. Like I said, I've had several times now where I went to use it and the battery was dead. And now I know to double check for it so I don't leave it on, but it's just a pain. Don't buy an incandescent M12 light. It's a piece of dim piece. There's an LED version of it that I'm sure is much brighter, but if you see these on Craigslist or eBay or anything like that, skip them. It's dim. It's not worth your time. Do buy this stick light though. It's pretty cool. It's bright. The hook thing on it is really cool for positioning it. I think the next version, Milwaukee, will probably do the cob technology and have one big panel in there, and then it'll be super bright. That future light that doesn't exist yet. And so if that ever does exist, buy that too. And do buy this snap-on drop light if you're at Costco. It's pretty awesome, very bright, not very expensive, and pretty well built. With that, I'm going to get out of this cold shop and head inside.